Okay, brothers, the Ballon winner bonmati evolution. Now, this is an evolution that was released today, I believe, by EA. There's a lot of questions about this evolution, especially from how Footbin is representing this evolution in terms of the cards and the playstyle pluses and so forth. I will try and clear that up in this video the best I possibly can. Again, I'm not a Footbin representative or an EA representative. I'm just making videos. But yeah, in terms of videos, please do leave a like if this video was essentially helpful in terms of the cards I'll be showing for this evolution. And do leave us a subscription to subscribe. You know, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. It's free. So yeah, help out the the smaller YouTubers. But in terms of the video, let's begin. So again, a 90,000 coin evolution. It looks like EA is starting to do this as a normal thing, where they expect you to pay like 100,000 coins, nearly, for these evolutions. But yeah, in terms of this evolution, I would say it's pretty worth it. In terms of the cards I'm going to show you, if these cards were on the transfer market, you're going to pay easily 250,000 to 300,000 coins plus for these cards. So I would say, yeah, it's pretty worth it. In terms of the requirements, in terms of like essentially what they do get is the playstyle plus technical. Again, I'll go through this now in terms of how it applies to certain cards and that they do not get 2 playstyle pluses essentially. And some of the, I would say, shallow or more like the silver playstyle pluses, essentially not the playstyle pluses, but the playstyles are effectively first touch and ping pass. Now, in terms of the levels, in terms of what they will be getting, in terms of matches, you can essentially use this card in Rush or Rivals. I believe it's quite painful doing evolutions. This is going to be a side note. It's quite painful doing like actual evolutions in Rush because you have to kind of pick your card very fast in the beginning when you're searching for that card, because you can't have multiple Mendys or multiple Trossards trying to do an Evo. So I think that might potentially be an issue, and I think EA should improve that, because what if everybody is like trying to, Evo a card and there's like a couple of hours left, and the only requirements and challenges is to essentially do Rush. You will never find games, and you'll always find people leaving because ultimately they would like to do those evolutions, those cards. So hopefully EA like actually improves that. But yeah, EA. So yeah, anyway, let's move on to the actual players that we will be choosing for this evolution. The first option will be Marcus Rashford. You're probably creaming yourself and seeing, oh, technical plus and power shot. No. The way this works is that if the card already has a playstyle plus and you put this card within the evolution, from my understanding, they do not get the technical or the technical plus because they already have a playstyle plus. Again, look at the actual requirements. It says here playstyle plus max 1. So that means that Rashford will not actually get the technical or technical plus. But if the card has no playstyle pluses, meaning like for example Enrique, right? You take the gold card and you immediately put it in the Ballon bonmati. So you do not do any evolution chaining. You just directly do the Ballon winner bonmati evolution. He will then get the technical plus because his card, when feeding it into this evolution, had no playstyle plus to begin with. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm trying to explain that as the best I possibly can because I'm going to get comments about that. But moving on, hopefully I do get comments. So yeah, comment if this video helped you, or if you have any constructive criticism, I would say, if I said the word correctly. But yeah, anyway, criticism. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so anyway, let's get into Rashford. So Marcus Rashford's goal card is pretty good. Good pace, good shooting, good dribbling. But his card is outdated, right? I mean, no one's using the goal card. Maybe in the the high divisions, division 10 and above, and below 9, 8, and maybe 5 and above, I would say. But if you want to give Marcus Rashford an actual, deserved evolution, you can directly put him in the Ballon winner bonmati evolution, and then from the intro to stat limits, and then the Ballon winner bonmati evolution. Why this is because essentially you're taking the card from a 3-star weak foot and then into a 4-star weak foot evolution. You can also directly take his gold card and put it in the Ballon winner bonmati evolution. The nice part is that he's a right-footed player. He now has an additional weak foot, which is nice. And also he gets a big upgrade in terms of shooting, +3. And I think the maximum is actually 85. So you will get only a maximum of 85. So just ignore some of the things that's showcased here. If you take the gold card and directly put it within the particular evolution. Again, Footbin is essentially fixing this. But Marcus Rashford is a good first choice because of the fact that he will have also additional, it's that weak foot. And also, you will also have first touch and I believe ping pass if his gold card didn't have that already. Let's just make sure that, yeah, he didn't have that. So yeah, I think that's a great first option. So yeah, again, if this card was on the transfer market, you will be definitely paying more for this card. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good option as the first option. So yeah, moving on to the next option, we'll be doing Endrick. So Endrick is a good card from a gold perspective. I believe he was quite expensive in the beginning of the game. Now, ye can now get a 4-star weak foot and a potential technical plus. Again, you can do this intro to stat limits in all these evolution chaining. You can go on Footbin and see this. But we more looking at the aspect of the 85 rated card that has pretty decent shooting upgrade. I mean, from a 76 to an 83, because I think essentially that's using all the points from the shooting plus 7. And in addition to this is that obviously the pace does not get upgraded because that's what the evolution does, but that shooting is going to be improved and that finishing. So I believe this is definitely a W card to do because of the fact that you will have much more dribbling from a 78 to an 88 and plus a technical plus. So I think that's a pretty good option in terms of doing this evolution with Endrick. Again, you can also do these other options where essentially you're going through Ultimate Edition and the Ballon winners. Look at this one. Now it has 85 shooting and so forth. The other options are, let's look at this. The other options is intro to stat limits like I showed earlier, the Ultimate Edition evolution, and then the Ballon winner bonmati. So I would say this is probably if you have the intro to stat limits and the Ultimate Edition evolution, look how beautiful does that card look. 89 pace, 85 shooting, 74 passing, 88 dribbling, and 72 physical. If this card was in the transfer market, you're paying 250, 300k, 100%. So again, because of the fact that he has the power shot from the Ultimate Edition evolution, you will not get a technical or technical plus. Going back to what I said earlier. Moving on to the next card, we'll be doing João Felix. Now, why I like this card is because he is so agile in this game. Now, you add a technical plus, the R1 dribbling will be insane, will be smooth as butter with this card. It's already quite smooth. Now, imagine this card having that. And especially the fact that he had a, not the best shooting. Now you will effectively have 85 shooting if you put him into intro to stat limits. If you take this card and directly put him within the Ballon bonmati one, let's just see what he will have just as the... let's look at the second option. Yeah, he will have a good upgrade in shooting, decent passing now. So now you can play the center attacking mid role or striker role. So you can put him in like in a false 9 alongside like a good striker essentially. Now he has essentially a up in dribbling as well because he's already a 5-star skiller. So that's pretty good as well. And defense. And the main thing is he's also his physical. He's not a very strong player in game. Now you'll have at least a boost in terms of physical. Now in terms of the playstyles, we're looking at ping pass, we're looking at first touch, we're looking at flair. You will essentially get these these playstyles when doing this evolution. You'll get the first touch and ping pass. So that's also pretty nice, playstyles when having João Felix. Again, I would definitely do this card. The card that I would do from these three, in my opinion, from what I've used, would be Endrick. I just like this card alongside like a Rodrigo. He's quite good in this game. I've actually versed this card in Division 1 and a guy was just completely smacking me with this card. He was scoring like a hat-trick plus. So he scored like 5 goals, I believe, in that game when I was in Division 1. So I think this card is definitely worth it. People are using this card in the higher divisions, the evolution card. So yeah, that's definitely a card I would pick from these three. And then apart from that, also you could also use Marcus Rashford because there's so many people using Marcus Rashford. You could also be a little bit different. Everybody's using this evolution card. I'm actually getting tired of versing this card at this point. But I lay in bed and then think about all the power shots I get conceding from this card. It's insane. But yeah, in terms of that's my bias because I actually want to be different. But if you're looking at the actual best possible card, obviously Rashford is going to take it in terms of the links. It's between these two, I would say. So yeah, João Felix would be below the ladder in terms of the third option. So yeah, moving on. The next card is Anthony. I think United paid a lot of money for this card. It's kind of a meme card. Or a player didn't pay for this. It's not like United is playing Ultimate Team in real life. But what I'm trying to say is that this card is kind of a meme. Like Anthony himself, the player. Essentially, his goal card is a 1-star weak foot. But if you were to put this within I believe it's one of these evolutions that I seen earlier, like the no pressure, for example, you paying a lot of cash. Maybe use some Anthony, I would say fan. He had a 1-star weak foot. Now he has 4-star weak foot. I mean, I think that's pretty decent. From a 1-star weak foot gold card to a 4-star weak foot gold card, you're essentially taking a card now that had 82 pace to something that has 87 pace and 85 shooting. Good dribbling, good passing, good defense, and a good physical. Again, you don't care about the defense. He's an attacking card. But again, like I've said, if the card already has a playstyle plus, like this press proven, you will not get technical plus, unfortunately. So I think they just literally fixed it now. Yeah, see, they fixed it now. As we actually recording this video. So W2 footbin. So earlier there was the technical plus playstyle, if you've seen. Now they only have their playstyle that they began with. So yeah. So like I've said with Intrigue, if you take this card and directly just apply it to the bonmati one, so that just to make sure you understand this, guys, because I'm probably gonna get comments on this. If you directly take, see, intro to stat limits, no playstyle. Now you will get technical plus. Bonmati, the bonmati one, so if you take the gold card, you'll now get technical plus because he didn't have any playstyle plus to begin with. So yeah, Anthony, I believe this is a good card to begin with because, not to begin with, I mean, it's a terrible card, 1-star weak foot, but if you put this card within directly into the bonmati one, you'll only have a 3-star weak foot upgrade because the weak foot is only upgraded by 2. But again, he's already a skillful player. You will have that 82 pace. He can potentially play as a center attacking mid because he has also decent passing. In my opinion, from the 4 cards, I would say this is the worst possible option. But if you like an Anthony, I would say this is kind of like a, you know, like a fun option in a sense. And especially the fact that if you do the evolution chaining part, you can get him to 4-star weak foot, which is pretty nice. So then he can actually be usable. Especially the fact that he will now have 87 pace. So yeah, if you have 190,000 coins to waste, or if you like this card potentially, I would say this is a good option. In terms of this card on the transfer market, I would see this card being 150, 100%, maybe even 200,000 coins. Maybe a bit less, but yeah. Again, don't take my word for card prices. I can be sometimes wrong. But moving on to again, we can just reload this page. Well done to Footbin them. So, Ansu Fati. Last year was such a good card. In terms of this card was Evo in the beginning. And I did this Evo evolution in FC24. And I played like 1,000 plus games with this card. I couldn't believe that card was unbelievable in terms of pace, shooting, and everything. Now he's coming back. You know, he's coming back with a great option in terms of, you know, the Ansu Fati Ballon d'Or winner bonmati evolution. If you directly take the gold card into this, he has a big upgrade in shooting, which is pretty nice. You're paying only 90k, which I believe is pretty nice, and also the fact that he's from Barcelona, which is nice. He then has 88 dribbling and a 59 physical. His gold card already had 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill, so his gold card is pretty good, I believe. But if we go to, let's look at the other options here. Enter to stat limits. You can have a card from 75 shooting to 85 shooting. Again, interest to stat limits, let's just ensure how long is this going to be, 45 weeks. So there's a lot of options. Feeding these cards into intro to stat limits looks like that's a good way to chain these evolution cards and then put it within the Ballon d'Or winner bonmati evolution because they get a big upgrade in shooting. Excuse me, so that's pretty nice. So Ansu Fati, if you have not used Ansu Fati, the evolution Ansu Fati last year, he was absolutely insane. So I believe this card will be insane for you as well. Again, he can play as a center attacking mid, striker, and a left mid. And also the fact that you'll have a technical plus with R1 dribbling, especially with this high agility card to begin with, will be absolutely insane. So yeah, that's another nice option. Moving on to the next option, we'll be going with Gabriel Martinelli. His gold card is pretty, you know, decent, I suppose. Actually, how much is his gold card going for? I think he was quite expensive in the beginning of the game. Now he's 1,100 coins. You can do this evolution because essentially it's taking a 78 shooting card to an 85 shooting. This is an example of a card that you're easily going to pay much more in terms of if this card was released on the transfer market, 100%. If this Gabriel Martinelli card was released on the transfer market, you're paying like 200, 300,000 coins, even more. Because again, he's from a very popular league and also he's Brazilian. Especially the fact that his shooting gets upgraded by like +7, which is pretty insane. Also the fact that the dribbling goes +3 and also the physical +5. I think this is a very good option. Also the fact that he had a 3-star weak foot, he now has a 4-star weak foot. In terms of playstyles, he had no playstyles to begin with, now he has technical. Think of it. I think it was the Rio Costa. It's one of these Portuguese cards. I forgot the name. I forgot the name of this card. Is Rio Costa? No, I think. Well, what is his name? No, this is the father one. It's a Portuguese winger that has technical plus, and he's pretty good. He's actually quite expensive in this game. I believe that's how that card will kind of play. It's the high agility card to begin with, but he has technical plus. So I'll get the name soon. But yeah, this is the type of card I would do specifically, Gabriel Martinelli. From the options so far that we've now discussed, it's between Ansu Fati and Martinelli, in my opinion. Because I mean, this is definitely worth it. I would say Gabriel Martinelli especially. I think there was a lot of special cards. Like look at his inform. I mean, his inform is going for like 40k right now. I think it is mainly due to this evolution. Completely smacking his inform away. So yeah, this is a good option, I would say. And then moving on to the next option, we have Christian Pulisic. He's playing absolutely brilliantly in real life. He even has a Trailblazers card. Now, in my opinion, how much is the Trailblazers card? 178,000 coins. Now you can be smart and look at the difference between this. Yeah, it's plus 3 pace, but you have the same shooting. I don't think there's a big difference between 88 and 91. The fact that his passing is better, and defense and physical. He has the same dribbling. Go do this card. Christian Pulisic will be a great card. If you're also a fan of Christian Pulisic, do this card. Technical plus, again, has an upgrade in terms of shooting. It's actually interesting because this card can also go into no pressure if you wanted to. But you're paying essentially less. And the fact that this card already has the Blando winner. This card already has a 5-star weak foot, which is pretty nice. But the upgrade in shooting is important, and in terms of the dribbling, in terms of the passing especially. And the fact that people are paying almost, like I said, 180,000 coins for that card, you can have this card essentially. So do this. And you're paying less. So I would say this is pretty decent. Obviously, there's probably differences in terms of maybe the roles or something like that. EA always does that. But yeah, you can go into that more. I suppose this video is going to be really long if I continue to speak into that. But yeah, this is also another nice option, Christian Pulisic. Moving on to the next card, we have Mainu. For the United fans, he's doing pretty well as a youngster. Has a good, I would say, of course, future in terms of football. So yeah, 77 rated gold CDM to now an 80 pace CDM with technical plus. I think that's pretty good. Again, you can take him to the intro to stat limits if you've done this, and you can have a 4-star CDM that has, that can actually battle with Sissoko in terms of being an actual midfielder. Like, this is a pretty good card. There's a lot of other options because you see his gold card is pretty, minimum, I would say. So this enables him to get into these really good evolutions. See, there's the Ballon bonmati one. He gets a 74 shooting. With the intro to stat limits, he gets that no pressure, and then this you'll essentially have 82 shooting. So yeah, there's a lot of also the intro to stat limits gets him to 76. But in terms of a CDM, you're mainly looking at the defense, and you're mainly looking at the pace. That's the main thing, and also physical. This guy is he's about 6 foot, 5'11". So yeah, as a CDM, this will improve that weak foot and also that skill moves if you do the intro to stat limits. I believe if you directly put this in the bonmati Ballon winner, you will have an increase in weak foot and skill moves and have better defense with more pace. So in my opinion, I think this is pretty worth it in terms of Mainu, especially if you like Mainu, if you like kind of I would say a fan of this card, this player essentially. So you can essentially do the CDM. So this is a good option, I would say. Again, he gets a first touch. I think obviously he gets a first touch and also ping pass, which is pretty nice in terms of getting a CDM that can pass in this game, because it's important from the midfield. Like you have that the Petries, you have the De Jongs, you have cards that can actually pass in this game pretty well. Like bonmati's, as the evolution represents. You now have a actual midfielder that can pass it at pretty good pace. You know what I mean? So that's also a good option, I would say. And then moving on to, I don't want to make this video too long. We have Ferran Torres. So I think that I feel like this is interesting because essentially you're taking the gold card with 84 pace. He has no upgrading pace, but the shooting is upgraded a lot, and especially the weak foot and the skill moves stays the same. But I would say this would be kind of a fun upgrade, especially the fact that his shooting goes up by so much, and passing. So he'll be a pretty good, left winger. You can also play this card as a center attacking mid. So I would say this is more of a fun option. Not a very meta card, I would say, but this is also a very good option in terms of this particular evolution. Again, he has no playstyle pluses, so you will get a technical. So that card will glide through defense again, because he has also good agility by itself. By his gold card, I believe. 84, so at least decent agility. So you apply this evolution, you'll have 91 plus. So yeah. Moving on to Xavi Simons, another center attacking mid from another center attacking mid essentially. My voice is almost gone because I'm speaking so much. So Xavi Simons, essentially from the Bundesliga. He has a 3-star weak foot. He now has 4-star weak foot with a 90,000 coin upgrade. If you a fan or looking for Bundesliga center attacking mids that can link to Van Dijk or Van der Ven, this is a good option. You can now I suppose evo this card. He now has technical plus, which is pretty nice. Good dribbling upgrades. That very high agility type of card. Youngster, with a good start, a good weak foot now, and good finishing from 77. So yeah, he'll be pretty decent in front of goal now, from his actual gold card. Funny enough, I actually versed his gold card quite a bit in for champs, which is quite interesting. But now he has a more appealing card, I would say. He's almost like part of that meta. But yeah, that pace is still not very, I would say, good. But as a center attacking mid, it's decent. You could put him in a like a 4-3-3/4 if that still exists, where you have a center attacking mid, 2 CMs, and left wing and right wing, and a striker. You can put that as a center attacking mid, because formations are always removed from EA's game, as I suppose at some point, because of the people abusing it. But yeah, I wouldn't say people are abusing the 4-3-3/4. But yeah, I would say getting away from that, this is a good option for this evolution. Simons, a good upgrade in shooting, good upgrade in dribbling. Not extensive, but it's at least a nice upgrade from a 3-star weak foot player to a 4-star weak foot. So center attacking mid is a good option for the Bundesliga lovers that want Bundesliga players and the Netherlands links. De Jong from Barcelona can link to this card, and your Frimpong, etc. Now, in terms of a card I would do as my last option for the Premier League, I've used his gold card and he's actually really good in this game. He's very physical and fast. He has a 3-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. I use his gold card a lot in terms of being subbed in, like in the 70th, 80th minute, in the first few weeks of champs. Now this card has a better weak foot now, and the fact that he's 77 in shooting now becomes 84 is pretty impressive. The fact that he has now 88 dribbling and 78 physical is pretty nice as well. 90,000 coins. Definitely, if this card was released within the actual transfer market, you're paying more for this. My eyes is actually burning because I'm speaking so much. Yeah, so this is a good option essentially from a winger perspective, and also center attacking with an option. The thing that I love about Kudus is that he has actual physical, which is important, and the fact that he can also dribble out of certain situations. So this is definitely a pretty good option from a center attacking mid, and also left wing and right wing option. He has a lot of alternate positions. In my opinion, this card will definitely be more expensive on the transfer market than 90,000 coins. For the high you would finish with a technical plus, this will be a pretty interesting and meta card, I would say. I think it's a better option than Xavi Simons and Ferran Torres. Again, this is more of a midfielder. If you want the best possible cards that I would pick from this lineup, it would be Marcus Rashford, it would be Ansu Fati, okay, Enrique Felipe, that's a long name, I'm not going to say that name, and then Martinelli is also a nice option, and as well as the Kudus card. So these are pretty nice, and Ansu Fati, like if I've not said that already. So yeah, these are pretty good options, I would say, for this particular evolution. And yeah, hopefully this video helps you in terms of picking cards for this evolution, the Ballon d'Or winner bonmati evolution. Again, it's basically taking some of the aspects of a very good center mid, which is bonmati, and she won, I think, a second Ballon d'Or, which is pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the video. Do leave a like if this essentially helped you, and I'll be doing more evolutions videos in the future. So yeah, just check out that. If you subscribe if you want more videos like that. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.